So what if you could have absolutely everything you ever wanted, like overnight? No hard work, no struggling, just a simple 5-night ritual. Today we're going to break down a modern horror story that really digs into the terrifying price of taking that kind of shortcut. Let's get into the fine print.
You know, the entire story we're exploring today is really built on this one pretty chilling idea. This isn't about getting a gift or some kind of blessing, no. It's about a transaction, a binding contract, with something very old and very, very dark.
All right, so who would even make a deal like this? Well, let's meet our main character, a guy whose whole philosophy on life is what kicks this entire terrifying story into gear.
This is Mithun, and for his entire life, from figuring out how to cheat in school to avoiding any kind of real job as an adult, Mithun's core belief has been that hard work is for suckers. He is always looking for the angle, the hack, the jugad that lets him skip the line.
And this right here, this comparison, it really gets to the heart of the whole conflict, doesn't it? On one side, you've got Mithun's whole deal, impulsive, impatient, always chasing that quick win. And then you have everything he rejects, stability, patience, and the belief in just doing the work. This clash is really what drives the entire story.
So, frustrated and completely broke, Mithun stumbles upon what he believes is the ultimate shortcut. And this, my friends, brings us to the real darkness, this specific ritual he decides he's going to perform. And here's the thing, Mithun's entire plan is based on an incomplete source, just a tattered old newspaper clipping. It promises him all this wealth and power through a ritual called the Andhakup Siddhi. But as we're about to see, the most important details, the ones that could mean the difference between life and death, were conveniently left out.
So for 4 nights in a row, Mithun climbs down into this abandoned, dry well. And each night, it gets more and more terrifying. It starts with just this claustrophobic feeling, like the walls are closing in. But then, it turns into the unmistakable feeling of being watched from down below. Then, he hears the sound of a heavy, non-human breath in the dark. And finally, the sense that something huge is moving deep under the ground beneath his feet.
And then we get to the 5th and final night. He takes the ultimate plunge. He goes down into the well, puts out all the light, and just sits there in absolute, crushing darkness. And for the very first time, he recites the entire mantra that he found in that newspaper.
Follow and subscribe for the next tech part. Hit that subscribe button and follow us now.
The second that the final word of the mantra leaves his lips, the ground beneath him turns ice cold. And then a voice, ancient and deep, echoes up from the depths of the earth with a single command: ask. And Mithun, terrified but totally determined, asks for money, power, and a life of ease.
And just like that, the deal is struck. And almost immediately, instantly, Mithun's life begins to transform in ways he could only have dreamed of.
Just look at this timeline. The results are instant and honestly unbelievable. Within a single week, a guy who always lost at gambling suddenly can't lose. A month in, he's a lottery winner multiple times over. Soon enough, he's got the new house, the new car. Everything he asked for is just handed to him with absolutely zero effort.
But even while Mithun is celebrating, his friend Rajan feels this deep sense of unease. It's the kind of success that just feels, unearned, almost fragile. He can't shake the thought. Right here on the screen, it's really the story's tension in a nutshell. That feeling that an invoice is about to come due.
And yeah, that invoice arrives a lot sooner than you'd think. The dream of an easy life very quickly starts to curdle into an inescapable nightmare.
It's like the magic just shuts off. Whatever was giving him everything so easily is now taking it away just as fast. The money faucet is turned off completely. But it's not just that his luck is gone, something else starts. He's plagued by these awful nightmares. He feels a constant menacing presence in his brand new house, and he starts waking up gasping for air, feeling like invisible hands are wrapped around his throat.
It gets so bad that he's completely broken, forced to sell the very car he was flaunting as a symbol of his success just to get by. He finally hits rock bottom and runs to the only person he can trust, Rajan. He confesses everything and just begs for help.
Okay, so this is where the true horror of Mithun's little shortcut is finally revealed. Rajan, trying to save his friend, seeks out an expert, a tantric, a practitioner of these kinds of esoteric rituals, named Baba Gorakhnath, to figure out what is really going on.
So after Baba Gorakhnath inspects Mithun's house and listens to the whole insane story, Rajan asks the one question that really matters.
If Mithun got everything he asked for, why is he being tormented like this?
And here it is, the terrifying truth, the fine print that the newspaper article left out. The Andhakup Siddhi doesn't summon a genie, it summons a demon. And this demon doesn't give gifts, it makes deals. And the price for its services is a blood sacrifice every single month. Mithun didn't just summon it, he's been starving it for months.
The Baba reveals that there's only one incredibly desperate chance to fix this. Mithun has to go back to the well on the upcoming new moon, the night the demon is at its hungriest, and finally deliver the payment he owes in the form of a black rooster.
But it's too little, way too late. When Mithun performs the sacrifice, the entity's voice just booms from the earth. And it does not sound grateful, it sounds furious. I gave you everything, but you never gave my sacrifice. I have been hungry for months. Today, I will take my share myself. Yeah, the demon is no longer interested in a rooster. It's come to collect the dead in person.
And in a final horrific moment, the ground literally opens up and pulls Mithun down into the darkness. Baba Gorakhnath gives the grim epilogue. This is just the rule of these rituals. You can't cheat a demon. If the payment is missed, the entity will simply take the practitioner as payment instead.
And that really leaves us with the central question of this whole cautionary tale, doesn't it? When you go seeking a shortcut by making a deal with forces you absolutely do not understand, based on information you haven't fully checked out, can the outcome ever be anything but a total disaster?